Tishdile, this is Sakina Bhatt and welcome to Tibet This Week, a weekly news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Central Tibetan Administration. Let's look at the headlines. His Holiness the Dalai Lama speaks on compassion and dignity in schools. China detains 34-year-old Kirti Monastery monk Lobsang Choephel. Sikyong Penpa Tsering meets President of South Tyrol. Representative Karma Singey welcomes new executive members of ACT Tibetan community. International Conference on Finding Common Ground 2021 held in Taipei. 14th anniversary celebration of US Congressional Gold Medal to His Holiness the Dalai Lama in Washington, D.C. During a virtual event with the faculties of the University of Colorado and Rennie Crown Wellness Institute, His Holiness the Dalai Lama spoke about the importance of compassion and dignity in education sector on Tuesday this week.
The very purpose of education, not for troublemaking, but peace of mind. And even you see problem through education, transform peace. So therefore, in our education field, now we should pay more attention about warm-heartedness.
Chinese authorities have detained Lobsang Choephel, a 34-year-old monk of Kirti Monastery in Ngaba County, along with several other monks earlier this month. The whereabouts and details of the arrest are currently unknown. Lobsang Choephel has also been arrested twice by Chinese authorities earlier. He was first arrested in Lhasa in 2008 and again in 2011 at Ngaba County. He was detained for over 4 months at that time. Sikyong Penpa Tsering, who is currently on official visit to Europe, met with the President of South Tyrol, Dr. Arno Compasture, on Thursday this week. Following his official visit to Tibetan settlements in northeast India, Sikyong left for Europe on Wednesday this week, where he is scheduled to attend a host of official events. Beginning with Italy, Sikyong met with Roland Penner, President of Yorak Research, Dr. Gunther Cologna and other researchers at the Yorak Research Center in Bolzano on Wednesday this week. During the meeting, Sikyong Penpa Tsering spoke on his administration's policy of middle way approach envisioned by His Holiness the Dalai Lama in dealing with the Chinese government and sought their coordination into bringing awareness on issues related to Tibet. On Friday this week, Sikyong Penpa Tsering will attend the conference of the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China in Rome. The gathering of a body of some 200 global parliamentarians is a counter-meeting ahead of the G20 Leaders Summit to demand a tougher stance towards the Chinese government. Following his visit to Italy, Sikyong Penpa Tsering is scheduled to take part in the two-day Geneva Forum 2021 in Switzerland, jointly organized by Office of Tibet Geneva and Department of Information and International Relations from November 1st to 2nd. The visit to Europe is his first official trip abroad since taking the leadership of Sikyong in May this year. The Tibetan community in Canberra recently elected Mr. Kelsang Tsering as the new president and Dr. Tenzing Dolma Dhakpo as the vice president of the Tibetan community. The ACT Tibetan community in Canberra, Australia, held a brief handover ceremony between the outgoing and the incoming executive members on Saturday last week. The Office of Tibet Taipei, in collaboration with Taiwan Tibetan Welfare Association, organized a conference titled Finding Common Ground 2021 in Taipei on Saturday last week. The main topic of discussion at the conference was on the subject developments on the issue of Tibet, East Turkestan, Inner Mongolia, Hong Kong and Taiwan in the context of changing US-China relations. Over 60 people, including scholars, politicians, activists and social workers, took part in the conference and extended their support for the Tibetan cause. At an event celebrating the 14th anniversary of the Congressional Gold Medal awarded to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Representative Tsering spoke about the preservation and promotion of Tibetan language and culture and pressuring China to engage in dialogue with His Holiness the Dalai Lama's representatives on the issues of Tibet. Representative Tsering and the staff of Office of Tibet, Washington, D.C. was invited by the Capital Area Tibetan Association to celebrate the occasion on Friday last week. The Congressional Gold Medal, the USA's highest civilian honor, was conferred on His Holiness the Dalai Lama on 17 October 2007. In order to strengthen the learning of the Tibetan language for Tibetan children, Office of Tibet, Washington, D.C. held a virtual meeting of heads of North America Weekend Tibetan Language and Culture Schools on Saturday last week. It was attended by 28 school heads of 20 weekend schools. Representative Tsering talked about the threat being faced by the Tibetans in terms of their language and identity under the Chinese government's rule and called for more effort to preserve it. So much for this week. See you next time and have a good weekend.